Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin Cash. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, before we start the video, I also want to mention the donation links down below in the description. If you want to support Ukraine, then you can go over to one of those links and donate to the Ukrainian refugees, or you can support the Ukraine's military as well. Any amount of fiat is going to be helpful. Obviously, you don't have to donate a lot of money. Obviously, we all have different financial situations, but even $5 is going to make a difference. So thank you very much, and let's get on with the video. So jumping into the weekly chart, Bitcoin Cash is in a nasty downtrend. As you can see, look at this huge wick, but all of this was bought up pretty quickly here. So this shows strong buying power below at these numbers below $200. Now we got a bearish cross on the weekly chart over here, and this is a very negative sign. And we've been talking about this for multiple months now, and you're already getting a bit overextended with the EMAs. So potentially we are going to still continue with this downtrend until Bitcoin starts consolidating. What I think is going to happen is Bitcoin is going to have an explosive breakout during the summer, and altcoins will follow. But once Bitcoin stops a bit and starts consolidating, that's when the altcoins are going to start shining, and that is when I think Bitcoin Cash is going to shine as well, because one of the Bitcoin Cash is one of the OG cryptos, so a lot of people still hold Bitcoin Cash. So that's why I'm making videos on the coin. I do not hold any Bitcoin Cash personally, but maybe at some point I'm going to get into it. But right now these prices are very lucrative. You can see that we did go below $200 back in March of 2020 and back in December of 2019. But since then, we've been up over here, above $1,000, above 1,600. So right now, getting into Bitcoin Cash at these prices is very good. You can see that we did have this blue trend line. We were adhering to it for 2 years, and we just lost it here in November, and we started this downtrend. Essentially, you have a high, you have a lower high, you have a low, you have a lower low, and you continue going down. So potentially just set up some limit orders over here so that you can get filled. Now let's jump into the weekly chart and see what's going on over here. Ignore the drawings, they're from the daily chart. We're going to take a look at that a bit later. So what's happening right now is we lost this over here. We lost these two lows on the RSI, and we're going down. And potentially we are going to enter the oversold here, which is when you go below the index of 30 on the relative strength index. So if you go anywhere here in this zone below, outside the purple box, actually, let me just make the box a bit more purple. There we go. Now it's a bit more purple. And yeah, if you go out of the purple box to the downside here, that is a tremendous opportunity to get involved with Bitcoin Cash, because once you get oversold here, you usually have quick recoveries to the upside. Now let's quickly switch over to the daily chart. Okay, so as you can see, we have been in the oversold back in January of this year, twice actually, and in December of last year. We've been here July last year. And look at the move we had after that. So you were basically in less than a month you got from the oversold all the way up to the overbought. So this is potentially what could happen over here, because look at this. You were oversold and you had this strong move to the upside. This is potentially what could happen over here. Now we can just draw a potential support trend line over here, obviously, right? So we're holding this support, and potentially from here, this is going to be our support band from now on. So each time, let's say we have a little move to the upside, right? Just like we had over here, but we're not going to get quite overbought. You're going to come back down, potentially retest this trend line. Here you printed a lower low. Here you can potentially print a higher low, bounce off the trend line, and continue and get overbought within a month, and that's when you can take some profits. Easy money, in my opinion. You just have to be patient. So yeah, this is something that I'm looking at on the daily chart right now on the RSI. Also, you could draw a trend line over here from these resistance points over here. So you've been rejected multiple times over here, As you can see, let me just get that perfectly set up. There we go. So as you can see, you have 1, 2, 3 touches off of this resistance trend line. So potentially right now, you're going to be in this little symmetrical triangle over here, and you are going to potentially have a break to the upside, because you can obviously have a break to the downside. But at that point, I think BTC would have to come back all the way down to $20,000. Although saying that, if we drop to $25,000, we can absolutely go below this trend line, I think. So if that happens, just, go into your Binance or whatever you have your stable coins and just buy as many coins as possible. That's not a financial advice, but that is what I would do. Now let's switch over to the Binance website for more oscillators. Okay, we are on the Binance chart right now. So I do have 3 support trend lines right now for you, and these are some of the swing lows that we have tested previously. So you have one low over here at $130 basically. You have the next one at $171, and the one that we just broke above is at $204. So have these buy zones in mind. Okay, you can potentially set up some buy limit orders, because you can have these long wicks to the downside in a couple of minutes, right? And then within seconds, you're going to be back up here. And that's how crazy crypto is. But if you had your your buy limit orders at these prices, you would have gotten filled with your orders, and now you're already in profit within seconds. That's how I like to do it. I like to have my buy limit orders set up in advance rather than just waiting for the pullbacks and then, jumping into my app and setting up the buy limit orders. Okay, so let's take a look at the stochastic. I'm pretty sure we're just starting to recover from the oversold. And yes, so we just had this bullish cross here, as you can see. We just had this cross with the averages, with the moving averages over here. And as you can see, once you have that cross, more often than not, you continue on with the trend to the upside, right? If you have a bullish cross. If you have a bearish cross, you're continuously going to go down until you start to see a reversal. So once you see this actual cross, this can be your sign that you're flipping bullish, at least temporarily. Okay, and I do think we do have some sort of a bullish divergence here. Let me just double check. So with the RSI, okay, so, well, we potentially have actually, for a bullish divergence, you need the RSI to print a higher high, but at the moment, we are printing a higher high technically here, yeah. So this is kind of a bullish divergence here, you could say. And you can use these bullish divergences to potentially, if you see a bullish divergence, you can expect a relief rally, right? Some of the altcoins are up 30% already. So potentially, if you want to enter now and go for a little trade, you can do that. A 23% trade off of the 20 daily EMA is something that you can look for. And potentially, we're going to bounce off from the 20 EMA and continue on and just go on with the downtrend until you start bottoming out, right? And from there, you start the next bull market. That's what I think. And I don't think we're officially in the bear yet. Technically, we're not officially in the bear, but, fundamentally and I think, you look at all the people and what people are talking about on Twitter. Everyone's talking about their losses and how crypto is going to zero. When you see a ton of this talk, at some point that is going to bite them in the ass, because you're going to get a reversal, and all those people, flipped into bears, and they're going to be left behind down there, and they're going to be wanting to buy in at higher prices. So yeah, draw these support trend lines on your chart, bring out the 20 and the 55 EMAs as well. You can do that by going into the technical indicators section over here, like that, and just type in exponential moving average, and you're going to get it, or moving average exponential, and just add 2 of those. Here you have them on the left side of your screen. Click the cog, and you can put in whatever colors you want. The length should be 20 and 55 on both of them. So there you go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and on Patreon. That's a great way to support me, and a great way for me to give back to those who support me. We have low cap gem calls, buy and sell alerts, TA requests, video requests, low cap gems, and a whole bunch of stuff on Patreon. So Feel free to check me out. The links are in the description. I'm not gonna check you out. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.